Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. This shir should be a special schus for the neshama of Maris Esther Bas Reb Shmuel and for Reb Alexander Zusha ben Reb Yosef, and for Maris Chana Bas Reb Yitzchak Yonah and Maris Chana Bas Reb Meir Zev and Reb Shmuel Pinchas ben Reb Yaakov Tzvi. All of their neshamas should have an Aliyah. We're going to be learning the Siyata D'Shmaya Sugya and Masechah Shabbos Naf Mem Aleph and Lagadita. Lagadita is also a Sugya. Lagadita is Naf Learning and Naf Learning Be'il and Ba'omek to understand Divrei Chachomim V'chidoisam. So the Gemara relates that Reb Zera became a shtameit with Rav Yehuda. Reb Zera was hiding from Rav Yehuda. He was trying to avoid him. He was trying to avoid Rav Yehuda. The boy the Mesak La'arad Yisrael. He wanted to make Aliyah, as they call it today. He wanted to go up to Eretz Yisrael. But Rav Yehuda was opposed because he had a pasuk in Yirmiyahu that says Bavla Yuvo V'Shama Yiyu. You got to go to Bavel and you got to stay there. The pasuk in Yirmiyahu Perek Chav Zayin. So Rabbi Yehuda says, "Kol ha'olam mi Bavel Eretz Yisrael over B'aseh." You're not allowed to go from Bavel. When you're in Bavel, you have to stay in Bavel. So Reb Zera wanted to come to Eretz Yisrael. As Rashi says, he learned the pasuk differently. He learned that it's talking about the Klei Shares, quotes a Gemara to that effect, and Reb Zera was avoiding Reb Yehuda since they had the difference of opinion. He was afraid that Reb Yehuda would decree on him that he shouldn't go up to Eretz Yisrael, so he was trying to avoid him. Says Maran Arav in the Ein Hayah. בנפש האדם ישנן אמיתיות כאלה שנקנות לו דווקא על ידי לימוד ועיון, וישנן גם כן אמיתיות שהן נעוצות בעמק הנפש. In the soul of man are reposed truths that are attained by learning, by studying, and there are other truths that are rooted in the depths of the soul. שהנעלות מעל כל לימוד וכל הוראה. That are higher and more elevated than anything you can learn, anything that can be taught. כל היחס הגדול שיש בין הרב אל התלמיד הוא מוקף בגדר אותם הלימודים שמקורם הוא הלימוד והשינון. The relationship between a Rebbi and a Talmud is surrounded by that fence of those truths that are attained by study. What's the relationship between a Rebbi and a Talmud? Rebbi teaches, Talmud learns. So those are the truths that go from Rebbi to Talmud. What are the truths that go from Rebbi to Talmud? Things that are taught, things that could be learned. אבל אותם הלימודים שהן נקבעים בליבו ונפשו של אדם מצד טבע נפש אלוקית, שיש בהם מעיין מעין קדושתו של אברהם אבינו עליו השלום, שלא היה לו רב, ועשה הקדוש ברוך הוא שתי כליותיו כשני רבנים, והיו מלמדות אותו חוכמה. Could be that this sentence is missing a word or two. ולא אותם הלימודים. But the point that Rav is making here is that what you learn, what you know in your soul is not something you get from a Rebbe. That Avram Avinu, Chazal tell us, he was his own Rebbe. It says that his two kidneys were his Rabbanim, and they taught him Chachma. Which means he came from the inside. And that you don't get from a Rebbe. So now we have this topology of the two types of knowledge, what it's learned and what's known by the soul. What's learned is from a Rebbe, and what's known from the soul is independent. כשבא האדם למידה זו, ובמקצוע הפרטי, שזה הכוח הגדול שבנפש משתמש בו, הוא מוצא את עצמו נעזר בגבורת אמת. ועומד אז גבוה מכל ההשפעה של רב ומורה, כי נפשו מהרה באור אלוקי, דיהיב חוכמה לחכימין. When a person gets to this level in a specific area of knowledge, that this is a great koach that the soul uses, he finds himself, in other words, when a person is on this level where he's learning from the inside, Avram Avinudik, from his kleos, he finds himself girded with this great power, and he's higher than any possible level of influence between a Rebbe and a Talmud. It's above that. Rebbe to Talmud, here, and he's here. Because he's on this tremendous level now. It's coming from his soul. Because his soul is shining with the light of God. And it says in Daniel, in the 2nd chapter, in the 21st verse, that God gives wisdom to the wise. So this person's filled with godly wisdom. אמנם, גם אז חובה מוטלת על האיש הגדול, שלא לשכוח שיכול להיות שהאמת הזאת, הנשגבת כבר מכל יחס של ההשפעה הלימודית, היא רק ראויה לו לעצמו. But there's an obligation that's incumbent upon this great man, not to forget that it could be that this truth, which is more sublime than any type of Rebbe-Talmud relationship can encompass, is only fitting for himself. והדרך הכוללת שבה צריכים לדרוך רוב באי עולם, היא דרך ההשפעה וההוראה. שהיא לעולם צריכה להיות מקושרת ביחס הנשגב שבין רב לתלמיד, ובאמיתת ההכנעה של האחרון אל הראשון. כלומר, person has to realize that just because he's on the level, that he can understand the wisdom from within his soul. The light of God is shining within him. Not everyone's on that level. And the average man, the common man, besides leading lives of quiet desperation, in order to get out of the quiet desperation, I think I'm quoting Thoreau or one of those guys. In order for the common man to grow, he needs his Rebbe. You can't just say, I'll do it all on my own. You know, there were some great Gedolei Olam who never learned in yeshiva. Sfas Emes didn't learn in yeshiva. Soloveitchik didn't learn, Yosef Dov Soloveitchik didn't learn in yeshiva. The Rav Herzog, Rabbi Isaac Halevi Herzog didn't learn in yeshiva. The Rogatchover, the Chazon Ish, there's a whole list of them. Why? The answer is the box. They were out of the box. If they would have been in a yeshiva, it might have stultified, it might have stunted their spiritual growth. So what does that mean? That means if I want my kid to be the Rogatchover guy, if I want my kid to be the next Chazon Ish, say to him, kid, you're staying home. No yeshiva for you. Just here at the books. Study. Start with Brachas Daf Beis. Get to the last Daf of Nida. Do each page. Gemara, Rashi, Tosas, Rishonim, Achronim. Write your Chedushim, your notes. And Chazer it again. Same thing with Yerushalmi. Shulchan Aruch, Nosei Kelim. Come back in 5 years. We'll tell the world that Baruch Hashem, we lost, unfortunately, Rabbi Yoshev, and we lost Rav Steinman, Rav Adi Yosef, before that Rav Shlomo Zalman, Moshe Feinstein, Yaakov Kamenetsky. We lost Gedolim, unfortunately. But now, here we have one. We have a new one. A new Gadol B'Yisrael. Just do it all on your own. No, 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 and no, no. It's a geit nicht azay. Because the average person needs a yeshiva. He needs a Rebbe, and he needs the Rebbe to teach him, and he has to be mevatel himself to the Rebbe, because to the extent that you're mevatel yourself, you nullify yourself, you make yourself a kli kibbul for what the Rebbe has to teach, as opposed to the zeitgeist, spirit of our times, where I don't have to listen to anybody. That's my opinion. It's my opinion. Hey, listen, I read the editorial page of the New York Times, and I know it all. So who's going to tell me what's right and what's wrong? So that attitude, it's not the Torah attitude. The Torah attitude is you have a Rebbe, and you're about yourself, you recall what the Rebbe says, you're part of the Masorah, and then use your own brain. And there are other Rebbeim. If your Rebbe's wrong too many times, go to a different Rebbe. But the Yisod is to be about yourself to the Rebbe, recall from the Rebbe was called from his Rebbe. Who is his Rebbe? Rabbi Goin Rav. And who was his Rebbe? Who's his Rebbe? He was a big Rav in Poland. And his Rebbe was a bigger Rav in Poland. Back to Sinai. So you have to mavati yourself to your Rebbe. And if you think he's wrong, maybe you're wrong. My brother had a Rebbe in elementary school. He used to say, Rebbe is right, Talmud is wrong. That was his line. Today that doesn't go. We're talking about 1977. You know what I mean? 79. Mashu kazeh b'izor hazeh. That neighbor. We used to laugh. It was like a joke in our house. Rebbe is right, Talmud is wrong. And I didn't think there was anything wrong with that. Today, it's like, what do you mean? Rebbe's, how can you say that? It's so undemocratic. Well, we don't have a word for democracy in Lashon HaKodesh anyway, so don't worry about it. It's fine. Everything will be okay. Doesn't mean Rebbes can never be wrong and Talmud you can never be right. Doesn't mean you should necessarily tell the Talmud, Rebbe is right, Talmud is wrong. It's my brother's Rebbe. To this day, I look back, I find it amusing. But there's a point there of a Talmud being involved himself to the Rebbe. The Rebbe is a man of 60, and the Talmud is in 6th grade. So that's 6 and that's 6, but he's got an extra 0 there. He's 60 and he's just in 6th grade. So it's kedai for the Talmud to listen to the Rebbe. The Rebbe knows some things the Talmud doesn't know. Most people need that yachas of Rebbe Talmud. And so he is. Okay. גם בעת להבת התשוקה הקדושה ועליונה של קדוש עליון זה לארץ ישראל, אשר אמנם מצא נפשו כבר עומדת בעניין זה על ראש פסגת הכרעת הקדושה הפנימית אשר בחדרי לבבו, וכל אלוהים הקורא אליו בכוח ביד השם אשר עליו חוזקה, מוצא אותו נשגב ונעלה מכל קישור, לימוד והדרכה, אשר בהם נקשר התלמיד על הרב. על כן, לעלות לערד ישראל, הוסכם אצלו, אפילו להפך מדעת רבו רב יהודה. הרב מסביר פה איזה קושי אדיר בגמרא. Very great difficulty. You mind I speak Hebrew? Very great difficulty in the Gemara. Why Rav Zera not listen to his Rebbe, Rav Yehuda? How can you not listen to your Rebbe? This is the whole chain of transmission of our Mesorah. How he not listen? Says the Rav. He not listen because the wisdom was shining in his soul. And therefore it was above, it was more elevated than the relationship of Rebbe to Talmud. So yeah, Rav Yehuda held, halt stark, metornished, machen Aliyah to Eretz Yisrael. Rebbe was a great man. The Samer Rebbe was also a great man. Samer Rebbe was a grace Talmud Chacham. And I hold mit alle kanos, all the kanos and all the stories in the Vayol Moshe, which is not exactly my favorite sefer. But a man who gave so much money to tzedakah, Megalgil, money non-stop, giving. And he was Meiser Gufo, even Nafsho, even Ishmaso, everything to the Rebbeinu Shalom, Klal Yisrael. Dev Derech Eretz. So he's not waving the Israeli flag on Yom Ha'atzmaut. So his Rabbi, Rav Yehuda, I don't want to compare it to the Samarav. Samarav didn't, it was a different time period. But he held, no. Reb Zera said, Rebbi is right. Talmud is right. Not arguing with you, Rebbe Yehuda. You hold your shita. But I have it in my soul that I have to go to Eretz Yisrael. And that's what God wants me to do. Even lehefech midas rabba. God is calling me. אבל בכל זאת לא הסיח רגע דעתו מהוראת הכבוד הדרושה להיות לעולם יסודו של עולם בכל הדורות ובכל הזמנים, בכל האישים ובכל העניינים. But we have to find a balance here. That just because you're not listening to your Rebbe doesn't mean that you have to be chutzpahdik about it. It doesn't mean b'tzura afganatit. You have to show him, I'm not listening to you, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. That's this generation. We live in a very rebellious generation. Ki yele ish ben sorer amor, ki yele dor ben sorer amore. Not only this generation, it's not a new thing, this rebellion. It was already going on in Europe before the war. You read Jewish history, you see what was going on even in the yeshivas. Even all the Haskalah kids in Volozhin and in Telz, good yeshivas, good yeshiva buchrim. They spoke Yiddish, that was their language, they spoke Yiddish. They knew how to learn very well. Very well. I would guess there are a lot of Bachrim in Europe who learn better than some Rosh Yeshiva today. But there were some Maskilim there also. They at the same time. So a lot of them ended up not from. And if not them, then their kids rebelled. There were big Rabbanim where kids who rebelled. A lot of rebellion. So what's the lesson? The lesson is you can disagree with your Rebbe. You can say, I have the light in my soul. You can say, I'm listening to another Rebbe. Whatever it is. You can have your valid L'Shem Shemayim reasons. But kavod. You have to mechabed your Rebbe. So Rebbe Zera didn't want to display a lack of respect for his Rebbe. And coming to him and saying, hey, Yehuda says, don't go to Eretz Yisrael. And he said, I'm going. I'm going, Eretz Yisrael. Nine. That's not the job. Not our job to throw it back in his face. Come. And that's all the generations you need to have covered. And with all people you need to have covered. על כן סיבב פני הדבר שיהיה ניכר כמה מכבד הוא את הדעה הגדולה של רבו וכמה נזהר הוא מעבור על דבריו עד שגם במקום של יסוד הנטייה העליונה שבעליונות שהייתה לו למרכז חייו הזמנים והנצחיים יהיה לאתו לארץ ישראל רק השתמט מיני כדי שלא יוחש כי עושהו בשעת נפש למורת רוחו של הרב שבוודאי יש גם לדעתו הגדולה מקום יש גם לדעתו הגדולה מקום וכמובן מקום יותר כללי מדעתו הפרטית של התלמיד שהיא תופסת את כל ליבו ונפשו. So therefore he hid. Even though he had this tremendous netiya to go to Eretz Yisrael, Eretz HaKadosh, Eretz Chayfetz, Eretz Chemdo. Eretz Yisrael, Halavai, I wish I was Zoicha to live in Eretz Yisrael. And I am. Baruch Hashem. That's where this shir is being given. Got to appreciate it every second. One son is say for that. Why don't we have a bracha for living in Eretz Yisrael? We do. It's interesting how that benching niggin is everywhere. I'm saying that's the only one, and it's like happy birthday. There's one tune for it, and it's everywhere, right? Everyone knows it. Everyone knows that benching tune. You go to the modern Haredi and this and that. I don't know. The Hasidim have that tune. I don't know. But I don't know. I haven't met too many people who don't know it. I'll call upon him. We say, thank you Hashem for this beautiful land. Have in mind, Baruch Atah Hashem, Ala Eretz V'Ala Mazon. Thank you for the land. Big schus. Eretz Yisrael, Moshe Rabbeinu did. To come to Eretz Yisrael, he wasn't Zoicha. And we're Zoicha. We're Zoicha to be in Eretz Yisrael. What a schus. And that's what Rebbe Zera wanted. That was his dream. His dream was Lechonen et Ofra shel Eretz HaKadosha. He wanted to just look out in this beautiful mountains. I live here in the mountains. Looking out the window here, it's mamish gorgeous. Mein Olam Haba. The holy mountains of Eretz Yisrael. And people, they go to the mountains for the weekend, and for the summer, and this and that. Summer's around the corner. That's what I'm doing. Every weekend this summer, Mitzvah Shem, I'm going to be in the mountains. And during the weekday also. And I don't have to leave my wife and children and go to the city, and they're there, back and forth and back. They're here, I'm here, they're here. It's where we live. It's beautiful. You should come. Givat Zev. Very, very nice. They're building Ramat Givat Zev. People started moving in, I heard. One family. You should come. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And that's Rebbi Zera's dream. He wanted to live in Eretz Yisrael and Av Babel. But that doesn't mean that you have to throw it back on Rabbi Yehuda's face. Because there's something about Rabbi Yehuda also that he also, his day is also a day. Well, just because I'm feeling something in my soul means it's right for everybody. It means it's necessarily the will. God has many different wills for many different people. God is very broad. God is very vast. We can't even begin to understand. And He made us all different because He wants us all to serve Him differently. And therefore He tried to avoid Rabbi Yehuda, because if he meets Rabbi Yehuda, and Rabbi Yehuda says, don't go, what is he going to say? וזה החפץ העליון הרימו מעל לכל חובה כוללת. על כן חפץ היה שתישאר מחאתו של רבי יהודה כללית, ולא תסב עליו בדיוק וייחוד. So it's true that Rabbi Yehuda had a general daya that nobody should go up, but he didn't want it to be directed at him. That you're not allowed to go up, because then going up would be too much of a slap in the face, kaviyachol. But he understood, Reb Zera understood that he was a Yotzei Min HaKlal. Rabbi Yehuda's Gzera is in the Klal. I'm a Yotzei Min HaKlal, so I'm not really going against Rabbi Yehuda, and I don't want him to say something to me directly, then I can't say I'm a Yotzei Min HaKlal, because he spoke to me directly. He concludes, the Rav concludes with the pasuk, B'ahavosa tishge tamid. The person has to be mamish crazy with ahava. And the Reb Zera, he was Yotzei Min HaKlal in his ahavosa tishge tamid. Tov, sweet friends, we were zochet to learn the very first shtickle and the fourth volume of the Ein Hayah, the fourth and final volume, unfortunately. Hopefully when Mashiach comes, the Rav will come up with Tchiyah and continue writing, because I want it on the whole Shas. It's mamish a chisaron. That we don't have Ein Hayah on the rest of Shas. Halavai, halavai. That we should, or somebody else, if the Rav doesn't do it, that somebody should be in the Madrega to write as that Perish. But I don't know. In the meantime, not happening. But who knows? Maybe one day we'll be Zeicha. So we're Zeicha to learn the first piece. Baruch Hashem, we've done much more. And we have a lot more to do with Siyata Dishmaya. Very exciting. So we should be Zeicha B'li Neder to learn a lot more together. Lilmodu l'lamei lishmar v'lasu l'kayim is called divrei salma tarasi v'ahava. Amen v'amen. Shalom, shalom. Sweetest and most beloved friends.